This podcast is powered by The Plug.
Thank you for listening to this episode. If you or your company are looking to jump into the podcast world, now is the time. The Plug Agency is here to connect you to the full power of podcasting. You just record and leave the rest to us. The people are listening and want to hear from you. Theplug-agency.com. That's theplug-agency.com. Click the link in the episode description for an exclusive offer.
It's about you. It's about me. It's about us.
It's about you. It's about me. It's about us. Let's live our lives on purpose. You can talk to her. You can tell her what's wrong. She'll encourage you, yeah. She'll help you be strong. 'Cause you're her brother, you're her sister. Tell you always got your back. You ain't gotta worry about that. 'Cause it's all about you. It's about you, oh yeah. It's about me. It's about us. Let's live our lives on purpose.
It's about you. It's about me. And yes, it's about us. Welcome to Living Life on Purpose with Tonya. Enjoy, 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 enjoy. And welcome to 2022. I am so excited about the things that are going to be manifested in 2022. I want to send out a heartfelt condolence to anyone that lost loved ones, those that didn't make it to 2022. But those of us that did, my God, I just want to say welcome. And we're looking for great things and great manifestations in this year 2022. So welcome, tribe. I missed you guys. I kind of wanted to talk about today just about where folks are finding love. That sounds, I don't know, kind of cliche, but I want to talk about, finding love, and where does one find love in this day and this hour, this time of pestilence and fires and tornadoes and hurricanes and this virus which keeps us kind of at bay, if you will. Just what are people doing to find love, whether that's romantic or just finding love. I mean, you know, we're come to a point where churches are closing again. You know, they're telling us to just, you know, beware again. I mean, it's spiking like crazy. And I don't know, being single has just really been tough at this time. But I know that loving on yourself is very important and vital. But where does one find love? I'm not real sure. So if you guys would chime in and kind of talk about finding love in 2022 and what that looks like. Because, you know, some people I think are okay with being in, I don't know, situationships. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to stay up with the times and understand like really what's happening. Our next session, I'm going to have some folks in studio and we're going to be talking about the changes and our new norm and what that looks like. And as it relates to everything, to love, to just existing and or coexisting among each other. I just got back into the country and I had to, of course, take a COVID test before coming back into the country. Also, while I was there, of course, everybody was vaccinated that was on the resort, and we had to wear masks when we went into like restaurants. The only places that we didn't have masks on was like at the beach and at the pool. And it was just interesting, you know, just to see how folks were interacting or the lack of interaction. But I also, you know, and those of you that do know, I travel a lot. I absolutely love to travel, and I love the beach, and that whole thing is where I feel most connected. with the creator. And so I love to go to the beach. But this time, this experience was different. I had a wonderful time, but I kind of felt like, I don't know. People were moving a little bit differently. I found out I've been going out to Mexico for about 12 years now, kind of consistently. And I just realized, or got the revelation, that the place where I stay, they call that the billionaire belt. So you have a lot of billionaires that are out there living, but there's a beautiful resort out there. And I just found out that was created for the people of Mexico that couldn't get visas and couldn't get out, and you know what I'm saying, into other parts of the world. And they've created a paradise. I mean, it's just beautiful. And I felt like some folks were angry about that. Like, I'm like, why would you be angry because someone built something for them and their people? You know, so I don't know. There's going to be, a lot of questions about that. And I'd like to really delve into that, if you will. Where, one, are people finding love and solace in these times? And how are people feeling about creating spaces for them? Whether that be culturally, whether that be in whatever capacity. How are people really feeling about that? Because we have a need to belong, right? We have a need to be connected. And I think it's a beautiful thing to have a space that's been created to do those things. And so I don't know, how are people living these days? How are people managing, if you will, our current situation and our new normal, and it's ever changing, but how are people really dealing with that? And so I don't know. I'll ask Ju, how are you doing? How are you doing with our new norm? How are you doing with that? And we're going to give him a minute to get to a mic, because I kind of just sprung that question on him. Like, how are you doing with our current situation in the world? And while he's getting ready, you guys can start to answer that too in the comment section. Soon we're going to be able to have you guys actually chime in. So we're working on that as well. The Bible says to despise not small beginnings. And so this is just a beginning of something that's going to be really, really great, because it is about us. And I think we do better when we feel loved, needed, wanted, and not just tolerated, or someone says, well, that, no. So I'm looking forward to great things. So Ju, how are you dealing with finding love in whatever capacity? How are you dealing with our current situation?
Like, it's different, honestly. I have I'll kind of speak from a dad perspective, because I had my son in daycare and he was thriving. He was doing great. And, daycare shut down. Now kids are in masks. Now they got mandates at certain ages, and my son's not old enough for the mandates. So I still got to think about, am I putting him at risk or not? And at the same time, it's kind of messed up, but I feel like I got COVID kids. They're just kind of just wired differently. They don't even have that social interaction with other kids. When they go to playgrounds, it's different. Parents are always trying to kind of keep their kids in their own bubble, not really letting kids just kind of mingle and interact and share germs, and I get it. But from that perspective, it's been really different. From a work perspective, it's been pretty usual for me. I've been working remote for a couple of years, so that really hasn't changed too much. But as a society, it's just different, not having that human interaction, not seeing the smiles or even the smugs. Everybody's got a mask on, and that's, I get it. I wear my mask too, but I miss looking at smiles.
Absolutely. Yes, and we are those kind of people. We're kind of wired for that. Yeah, it almost feels abusive not to be able to touch, not to be able to look at the faces, because we need that. We need that. I think that helps with our endorphins, etc.
Yeah.
You know, you said something. You said you have COVID kids. The kids that were born in the last 2.5 years are definitely that. And they are wired different because they didn't have a chance to do it any other way but the way that they're doing it right now. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My kids don't look at mask as, what's on your face. It's kind of normal. Wow. My son, my oldest son, he remembers life before mask, although he was very young. So, getting him to wear a mask is still a little different because he remembers going to the store, not having to wear a mask. But my baby, he doesn't know any difference. He's a 2020 COVID kid. That's all he knows.
Wow. That's a thing, Tribe. I didn't even think about that until right now. Yes, that is their norm, right? So kids around the world that was born in the last, like I said, 2.5 years, this is it. This is wow. So that's a whole nother thing. I don't know. What do you guys think out there, Tribe? How are you guys surviving? How are you guys doing with what we're dealing with? Because it's definitely has changed the frequency by which we operate from day to day. Like I said, I've had an opportunity to go to visit other places and then see other people from all over the world. And I'm telling you, it definitely is a different vibe happening. So I don't know. I guess I don't know if I should. Well, I'm going to stay encouraged. I'm going to still, desire to be in a loving, progressive relationship, if you will. But it's really, really hard right now. It's really different right now. But I'm going to keep hope alive, Tribe. I'm going to keep hope alive. I'm going to just keep, loving and being accepting and just kind of see what the end is going to be. I believe that 2020 is a year of manifestation. There's going to be some things that are going to happen in the earth that is unprecedented. I think that there's going to be a mighty move of God, I'll dare to say, despite what's going on. But it's going to be a mighty move of God, a mighty manifestation that's coming upon the earth. So much is going on right now. I mean, I just want you guys to know that it's okay to not be okay, but it's also okay to seek the help and the support that you may need, because we all need to be supported in this time. It's like it's a crazy time. It's a crazy time, but yet a wonderful time to be alive. You know what I mean? To actually be witnessing.
I think it's a great time to step back. I mean, that's kind of been the silver lining to this whole thing. At least it was for me. But to get that chance to kind of get out of the hustle and bustle and to think, to appreciate life. That's really what I've been doing, and I don't think I'm going to stop doing. But doing that since 2020. We're in 2022 now, so I kind of going to just kind of stay on that vibe. Appreciate every day. Appreciate my health. Appreciate my family, the love I got surrounding me. Just really try to stay grounded in that, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You got to really just got to stop and smell the roses while you got the roses.
Absolutely. Right. Because time is the most valuable commodity that we oftentimes squander. We can't borrow it. We can't barter for it. We can do nothing to get that back. And so, I think this also has been a very reflective time. Like, what's important? Like, what is important? We was at a time when everybody was on their cell phones. You have dinner and everybody's got their phones, and nobody's paying attention. You're on a date even and somebody's got their phone, or they're just not present. I think that this brings us to a point where we need to be present. We need to enjoy and embrace the moment, right, that we're in right now. Appreciating our loved ones, appreciating, just what we have, what's in front of us, as opposed to taking it for granted. Like, I'm always running, like you said, a time to be reflective, a time to kind of step back and be like, wait, hold up, wait a minute. And they, they used to have a saying that said, you don't miss the water until the well runs dry. Well, my God.
Yeah.
Many wells have run dry, and I'm hoping that people are appreciating and seeing like what's happening and really being reflective. I think it's happening. I'm a hugger, right? So whenever I see somebody, I'm always hugging them, and sometimes can be uncomfortable. I love you, but it's so genuine for me. I don't know. It's just, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people now have come to a place where they're like, wow, that's pretty dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need that hug. I need somebody to say that I love you, and mean it, you know what I mean? And not just a cliche thing to say, or just this proper thing to say. So I don't know. What say you, tribe? I can't hear you in real time, but you can put in the comments what you have to say, because I appreciate you and I want to know. I really want to know how you're doing and what you're doing to make it in these days, and understand that you're here for a reason. So many didn't make it to 2022, and you did. So you're needed, you're wanted, you're appreciated, and I want you to know that. And so, yes, please share with us, put in the comments how you're doing as it relates to all things that matter to you. So whether that's love, relationships, the kids, your job, just all of those things. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah, you can reach out to her on Facebook, all the different platforms. I mean, this is really what we're building, is that tribe, that open, that safe space for everybody to engage. And, like she was saying, if you need that hug, if you need that other ear, that shoulder to lean on, that's what this podcast, that's what this space is for. So really hope y'all listening take advantage of that. That's what we're here. That's what we're doing.
Absolutely. That's what we're doing. Coming from a person that, like I said, have always heard, it's not about you, it's about, or it's not about you, it's about, I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It is about us. And as soon as we become healthy beings, right, we can just soar, and do what we were meant to do on this earth, when we understand that we are a vital part. We matter. It is about us. Who is it about if it's not about us? The beings that exist and coexist on the earth, it's about us. And like I said, I just believe that as soon as we understand that we are important, that we can get to work, with just living and being a blessing to others and loving on other people. It's easy for someone that feels loved to give love, right? It's easy for someone that feels necessary, if you will, to make someone else feel necessary, or to make them see their necessity, right? It's easy when you feel that. And I believe that all of us are necessary and all of us are important. And when the job is done, we leave from this side. And, we once we're done having this human experience, right? We're no longer having this human experience. But while we're here, let's live our best lives. Let's figure out what we are here to do. And I think and believe that the first thing is to understand your necessity, to understand that you are important, to understand that it is about you. And again, it's easy to love if you're feeling loved. It's easy, or I say it has been for me. And so I just want to start folks on that journey of understanding that you're necessary, that you're loved, that you have a purpose, and to help you find that purpose. Because my God, once you do that, no matter what's going on around you, if you find your purpose, man, you can stay laser focused on that and get it and live a wonderful life, a purpose-filled life. You know what I'm saying? And be good and be happy and be content despite all that's going on around you, right? Because you then get to say what's valuable to you. You then get to say, I'm good, even when, you know what I'm saying, the sky is falling, if you will.
Yeah.
Life
is dope. That's what we say.
Life is dope. Oh my God, it's so worth living, irregardless to all the other things. I oftentimes say, how can you appreciate the good times if you never had no bad times, right? If you never have a point of reference, right? So, it's all perspective. And where rain can be bothersome, nothing can live without it. So on those cloudy days when it's raining, it's pouring down rain, it's helping things to grow. It's helping to wash away other things. So all of it is necessary, right?
Yeah, it all matters.
It all matters. Absolutely, it all matters. And wow. I'm going to get some folks in here in the near future so that we can just talk about life and talk about how they're doing, how you're doing, what your perspective is. One of my main goals is to bridge this gap, so that the elders can begin to mentor the youngsters, and the young kings and queens can learn, because they're going to be elders, right? And if the future are the younger generation, my God, what do we got? We got to do something. We got to do something. So.
Yeah. And we are doing something.
We are doing something.
Purpose.
Yes, on purpose. That's right. On purpose, for purpose. Yes, man, these young folks out here are so dope. They just need to know that. Like, they just need to know that they're dope. And all of you need to know that you're dope. Because the seniors, exactly. Yeah. You need to know that you're dope. So it definitely goes hand in hand. And yeah, we all, like I said, have a purpose and serve a purpose. Yeah, just to let you guys know that you guys are dope. That's right. I'm talking to you. You're dope. Know that you're dope. And you're needed. And you're loved. Yes, you, that one. I love it. I love it. I love it. So stay tuned. And like I said, tune in. Leave your comments. Just let us know questions. Tell us what you want us to talk about. You want to hear some things. Tell us, because we're here for you. Because remember, it's about us. So anything, nothing's off limits. Anything you want to talk about, we can talk about. Again, tell us what you see, what you feel, and what you think.
Tell us what your purpose is.
And tell us because you know what? One of the first episodes, that was a question that we asked. So I'm going to see it in the comment section when that comes up. What is your purpose? Do you know what your purpose is? And then we're going to look at those of you that don't, we're going to look at how to find that. We're going to do what we need to do. We're going to do the work that needs to be done so that you do know your purpose, because you have one. Whether you know it or not, you do. You're not here just because or just by happenstance. Yeah, no, you're not. So, tribe, I just want to again put out that love and energy. I'm sending virtual hugs to everybody out there. Until next time, I want you to click, tag, share, subscribe. Let us know what you need, what you want, and what you want to hear, and we'll get the job done. So just know that we love you. We're sending it out. Live your life on purpose. It's about you. It's about me. And yes, it's about us.
It's about you. It's about me. It's about us. Let's live our lives on purpose.
Yo, it's Julius, and I just made traveling easier with the motorized scooter suitcase. Let me say it again. Motorized scooter suitcase. Yeah, that's right. The luggage has got a built-in electric motor So the suitcase, I can ride it and glide through the airport or the train station, through downtown, and it all fits in the overhead storage bin. No more crowded terminals trying to say, excuse me, y'all gonna see me gliding through there. I can hop in and off the light rail like it's no problem. I'm not struggling to carry these heavy ass bags of podcast equipment anymore. All you gotta do is just click the link in the episode description that says Smart Suitcase. Click Smart Suitcase and see what I'm talking about. I'm telling y'all, it's going to change the way, if you're traveling, this is going to change everything. Click the link. Let's go.